To simplify a ratio, you're looking to treat it the same way as you would if you were simplifying a fraction. My first ratio here, 25 to 15, I'm looking for a number that can be divided into both of those numbers, both 25 and 15, and I've decided on 5. If I divide 25 by 5, I get 5, and dividing 15 by 5, I get 3. My first ratio is simplified from 25 to 15 to 5 to 3. My second ratio, 14 to 2, I can divide both sides by 2. If I divide 14 by 2, I get 7. Dividing 2 by 2, I get 1. So my second ratio simplifies from 14 to 2 to 7 to 1. In my third ratio, I'm going to divide both sides by 2. I've chosen 2 because they're both even numbers. Dividing 24 by 2, I get 12. And dividing 12 by 2, I get 6. Now, although I have simplified that ratio, it's not in its simplest form, so that means I can go even further. What I'm looking at here, I recognise that both 12 and 6 are in the 3 times table, so I'm going to divide both of these numbers by 3. 12 divided by 3 gives me 4, and 6 divided by 3 gives me 2. So I've gone from 24 to 12 down to 4 to 2. But I still see these numbers can be made more simple. I'm going to divide by 2 again. 2's into 4 go 2, and 2's into 2 go 1. Here I have a ratio in its simplest form, 2 to 3. I could start to increase this ratio proportionally by adding 2 to this side and 3 to this side each turn. For example, this could be a ratio of 2 yellow clips to 3 green clips. And I could increase that ratio by adding 2 more yellow clips and 3 more green clips. My ratio is now 4 to 6. I could do that process again by adding another 2 yellow clips and another 3 green clips. My ratio is now 6 to 9. It's going to take me a long time and a lot of clips if I want to keep increasing in this way. I could increase in pure numbers. Add 2 to this side every time and add 3 to this side every time. 2 to 3, 4 to 6, 6 to 9, 8 to 12, 10 to 15, and so on. If I had a particular goal in mind, and that goal was a very big number, even this process would take me quite a long time. So I really would need to be able to multiply and look at my multiplier to achieve my end goal. So let's think about wanting to increase the ratio of 2 to 3 to 100. What would my ratio of green clips be if I had 100 yellow clips? Well, what I want to do here is I want to see what I might multiply 2 by to make 100. That would be the multiplier I would then use to multiply this side. So really I'm looking at an inverse operation here, saying 100 divided by 2, and that will give me 50. So my multiplier here is 50. 2 multiplied by 50 gives me 100. So if I multiply 3 by 100, I will get the ratio of green clips to yellow clips starting from 2 to 3. So 3 multiplied by 50 would give me 150. If I had 100 yellow clips, I would have 150 green clips. I'm going to use the multiplier method for these 3 examples. 32 divided by 4 is 8. My multiplier, therefore, is 8. Multiplying 5 by 8, I get 40. My increased ratio is 32 to 40. In this ratio here, I'm looking at what do I multiply 1 by to make 3. That's 3. So I do the same to this side. 6 multiplied by 3 is 18. My new ratio is 18 to 3. In my final example, 250 divided by 5 is 50. So my multiplier is 50. 7 multiplied by 50 is 350. So my increased ratio is 250 to 350. To understand how to turn a ratio into a fraction, it's probably easier to look at my clip situation again. Here I have my ratio of yellow clips to green clips in a ratio of 2 to 3. But I want to know what is the fraction of yellow clips out of my total number of clips. So if I was to ask that question and just purely look at my clips, I can see I have 2 yellow clips. My denominator is going to be the total number of clips I have in front of me, and that's 5. So from a ratio of yellow clips to green clips, 2 to 3, I can see the fraction of yellow clips is 2 over 5. Now if we just focus on those numbers, we can probably draw conclusions as to how we come up with them. The numerator is the total number of yellow clips, and the denominator is in fact the total number of clips, which we can get by adding both parts of my ratio. The denominator is 2 plus 3. So focusing just on a number example, I have here a ratio of yellow to green clips as 4 to 7. And again, I now want the fraction of yellow clips. So my numerator is going to be the total number of yellow clips, and my denominator is going to be my ratio added up. 4 plus 7 is 11. The fraction of yellow clips is 4 over 11. It's worth mentioning at this stage that a ratio has to be in the same units. Here I have a ratio of the length of a window to its width, but as you can see, the length of my window was measured in metres and the width was measured in centimetres. So a true ratio has to be in the same units. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change my metre measure here to centimetres. I know that there are 100 centimetres in a metre, So in 3 metres, I have 300 centimetres. My ratio is 300 to 50. So in this example, I have a recipe that contains 4 kilograms of flour to 250 grams of sugar. To simplify that ratio, I'm going to first change the kilogram measurement into grams. 1,000 grams make a kilogram, so in 4 kilograms I have 4,000 grams. So there's my true ratio, 4,000 to 250, and I'm going to simplify this. I could do it in small chunks, but I do actually know that 250 goes equally into 4,000. So that's what I'm going to divide both sides by. 250 into 4,000 goes 16, and 250 into 250 goes 1. There is my simplified ratio, 16 to 1.